Right, back to it.
Should really fix that at some point.
So you guys you're fighting for your life. Well, I don't know if you're fighting for your life. Are you trying to preserve your life, or?
Nah, who cares about your life?
Okay.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, true. So he's going in for another attack. Do you have a chance to defend yourself before?
Why
Hey,
does he get another attack?
Saints hasn't had an attack yet.
Yeah,
Why
that's
does he get
because
another attack?
I just rolled on it. That's why. Why? Because
three
he's in a
attacks already.
frenzy. He's going for as many attacks as he can to break your guard. And you're easily defending, so you have a chance. So like now he's just gonna try to grab you. He tries to bite you. You get out of the way. He tries to do another frenzy to you, which he'll do damage, but he won't dismember you. So you have to defend yourself from that. So you have one more chance, and then that's it. So, and then you block it, but he still has his claw, which he, like... So, and you can't stop the claw, so... And your armor's medium, right? Like, when you hit your defense?
Yes, it is.
So he's just doing a frenzy of blows, and then all of a sudden he catches you with one of his claws. And you take that much armor damage. It's like, ha ha ha, thought you could get away? Thought you could dodge everything? I got your number now.
Saints, kill him quickly.
Okay, so are you gonna attack first, or is also gonna attack first?
Shouldn't you roll an armor class first?
All right, whatever. Okay, so he has no armor. He's never had armor because he has a crap ton of health and armor.
He's just a nudist.
So he's resistant to magic, which means things like dark blades won't work on him, nor will any sort of ice attack. Because that's on his underskin. So once you pierce his armor, what armor he has, which is none, then he'll have an underskin that's resistant to spells. I don't know why. So you just it's like advisable backpedal and shoot an arrow, because that's your specialty. I don't know why you keep going into melee range.
But,
oh yeah, they keep forcing you into melee range. That's why.
It's not like I don't have swords to defend myself, so...
But they're not that good. I mean, you're a hybrid of multiple styles. That's why your character is kind of... He's weak because he's a jack of all trades.
My swords do more damage than my bow, so...
Yeah. Still, it's jack of all trades. It's you have multiple... It would be stronger if you focused everything into one attack style. But you're all over the place. Okay, so what will you do?
Go for the eyes.
I can't because it has...
Yeah, you can't indom, or you can't D100 him because he has indom.
You can still go for the eyes.
Okay, so if what you were asking was the bypass defense, there's only one thing that omits that rule, and it's your unique. If your unique allows a bypass defense, that goes beyond indom.
Yeah.
If it's a standard bypass defense, it does not.
That's what I was referring to.
Well, you need to be specific with these questions, because what I thought you were saying was just standard bypass defense.
I don't have standard bypass defense.
Yeah, you have unique. So yeah, so that's for clarity's sake.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
Well.
So
let's just do this then.
Okay, so you're focusing, but why are you focusing? I mean, so it's like...
Because it's pissing me off.
Okay. But that doesn't... Again, anger doesn't focus you.
He's pissing me off, hence the reason why I want to kill him faster.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean... That's unfocused thought. That's not focused thought. That's the reactionary thought. That's actually the worst thing you could do. Because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make you angry so you become more reckless.
No, but that's the thing. Instead of becoming reckless...
Yeah. So you feel the anger coming out, but you focus it into a killing force. It's more of you focus on, alright,
well,
Okay, so if that didn't work, what it would work? So you're trying to D100 kill him, but you failed already. So
I failed with my sword.
yeah, so
Let's see.
you tried
if there's
slash that,
more.
like you're trying
Well.
to. So that's not going to work on him. So you can't D100 kill him in that way. Then so he's like taunting you, and he's like getting out of the way pretty easy. It's like, ha! You didn't think I'd learn from last time? What do you think me? What do you take me for? Some pushover?
Hmm.
And so also just gonna go for assassin strikes. 51 pierce. Doesn't do insta kill because it's not stealth.
Go
So
on.
does he? He's got 2 defense. Well, he's got 3 because he's a boss. But he doesn't have time to defend. So like he's dodging you, and then also just comes in and stabs him in the chest. And so she goes for a second assassin strike. So she just does a rapid double stab. That's 105 damage to his armor. And then he just grabs her. Let's see, throws her? Or no, she just feel like he's got her in his fist. It's like, ah, that hurt. I see some of you have teeth. Okay, Saiyans, do you have time to react? Can you do any attacks before? Yeah, okay, so you have 2 more attacks. Also is being held and she can't really do anything.
Jump up and stab him in the eyes.
Again, he's the
Definitely gonna
bonus.
try
He's,
to kill
so
him.
you're just going for the D100 attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, so both of those would hit. So if
I
we
only
do you want to
rolled
include
one.
one or both?
Both. Then.
Okay, so where are you originally slashing at him? Like when you first tried to slash at him, where are you slashing?
Still trying to cut off its head, but apparently
Okay.
that
It's
didn't
really
work,
high
so I'm
off the
going for
ground,
heart.
so you have to be more creative than that. Again, think logically. It's like,
I'm going for the. I'm first of all cutting behind its leg so it goes to the ground, and then
okay, so does it have a chance to defend? No. So
trying
like
to stab
from
it
out
in
of,
the
so
heart.
it's focused on Oso, and then from out of nowhere you just come in, you just casually walk by and you swing your sword across the back of his right leg. So, and that cuts the foot off, like the whole bottom part of his leg. So he loses his balance. And then you just also still
just
held in his
falls.
hand, so like he's trying to maintain his balance, but you can see he's teetering.
He falls over onto
He's
a
not low
stump.
enough to the ground for you to just strike at him, so you'll have to leap or
So I
something.
can't strike at its heart.
Yeah. Okay, so D100, can you strike at his heart? Okay,
Apparently I
of
can.
course. So it's not just one stab is not going to do it. So this is one of those keep D100ing until it gets to a high enough roll. So
Well,
once, twice, 3 times. So you're like on his chest with one sword and the other sword stabbing repeatedly. Like
what
that's
the?
5 times. So it's
Finally.
like 6 stabs in the area that you think it's hard for him to finally even like respond. And so it grip spasms and it's, also just like she just casually just lands on her feet like she wasn't just about to be crushed. So, but it's still moving. So, like it's trying to grab at you now. So what do you do now?
I tried to dodge
Cut
out
off
of the way.
Cut off the same hand again.
D100. Okay, so like you use your legs because remember you're hanging off it. Left sword's lodged in its chest, the other one's stabbing forward, and then it's trying to grab you, and you use your legs as leverage. You just kick off from his body and you flip upwards. So what do you do from that point? So yeah, you're flying upwards towards his head area, and it's trying to stare at you.
Well, I'm gonna try to kill it.
Okay.
Oh.
So Like, you do a sword swing, but it's a little short. So, like, how do you arrest your momentum? Because you're going up.
I'm only swinging with one sword at that point, so
Yeah.
I still have another one.
So, you got the other sword to swing with. Which, that one's a hit. Let's see, does that decapitate it? Yeah, so, like, you swing in a double motion. The first sword doesn't impact, but the second one does. And you use both your upward momentum along... So you just added more momentum to the blow. Instead of just your strength, now you had strength plus momentum from upward motion. So now that's enough to cut through his neck, and then, let's see, is it enough to take... Yeah, that's enough to take his head off. So, does he even have time to... He doesn't even have time to taunt you or anything. Like, the head comes off, and the body starts falling to the ground. D100, how's your landing? So, you're like a trickster now, just casually just doing all that, and then just landing on your feet.
Well,
Also, it's like, she approaches you, and she, like, pushes you. It's like, show off.
what?
Okay.
I was trying to save you, so...
It's like, touching. But did you really have to do it so flashily?
Can't do anything about the fact that it was so flashing, so...
It's like, alright. It's like, I didn't say flashing, but okay.
Flashy, not flashing.
Okay. And she gets back on your back. It's like, well, giddy up.
I'm not a horse, you know.
It's like, I'll show you think. Okay, so roll another encounter.
Not gonna do anything with the corpse.
Yeah, are you gonna do anything with the corpse before we leave?
No, I'm gonna... Actually... Dang it.
Nope, nothing. So, like, you're analyzing the corpse, and the corpse is disintegrating like it did last time. Let's see. Then you hear whispers in your mind. It's like, don't think that this is over.
Why do you adventurers always kill me?
Okay. So, and then he goes back into mush.
Well, at least it's a friendly encounter.
Yeah. Then behind you hear like a slow clapping. And what you see is this. Well, you see a couple of them. You see two farther away, and you see the one in front. And the one in front's kind of sitting on a rock, while the other two are just kind of... Well, D100, do you actually see the other two, or it's just the one? So you see everybody. So you turn around, like... And you hear a slow clapping. It's like, bravo, brother. That one's been causing us trouble.
Who are you? Who are you?
It's like, who I am is not as important as who you are.
Well, let's do a name for a name then.
So it's like, sorry, I don't think I do name for name exchanges anymore. Not after last time. It's like, you with that crazy gun-toting bastard. You know, that one that walked through here, killed that necromancer, walked out? You with that one?
I know him, but I'm not with him
So
right
it
now.
doesn't sound like you like each other.
What?
I said it does not sound like you like each other.
Well, I'm doing his previous job right now, so...
Oh, you mean recon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of what we're doing. He just kind of, we tried to make contact with him and he just walked right by. Didn't care anything. It's one-track mind, that one.
He's like that.
Yeah, we said enough. But you're different. You're looking for information. Which is good. It's good. So you're just the more dead air, just silence.
Undead crickets chirp.
It's like, so that is what you're here for, right? Get a accurate report of what's happening in this area.
Yeah.
So
That's what
right.
I
Well, better take you back to the cave then. It'd be best. So he says something in
Alright, then.
Draconic. Do you need to learn Draconic seriously, because you're not gonna understand anyone that speaks Draconic.
Maybe just
Like learn
good
from
luck.
Pei or something. Learn Draconic from somebody. Anybody.
Well,
All right, so we're gonna leave it there, and we're gonna go back to us. We're about to assault the den.
Fun, fun, fun.
Fun times for whoever survives.
probably you guys.
All right, so I'm gonna lead it. I'm gonna lead the charge, and we're just all marching in.
Pretty much.
Okay, so we crossed the threshold, and nothing. Doesn't seem like there's anything here.
No, just nothing.
So like I'm pretty tense. I got my giant log in front of me, and I'm just wondering, all right, where are they?
I've got my wrist crossbow just like pointing around.
And everybody's got arms out. So where that's like I'm looking around and I don't see anything. Do you see any cages or anything that says this is where they are? Any sort of indicator that? No. So what about Limus? Limus is like we're looking around and Limus is like don't bother. It's not going to be on the inner edges. They hold all their. And he's putting this in air quotes, which is they hold all their victims somewhere in the center of the camp. You move deeper in there, but you can bet that we're gonna get more attention.
Fun, fun, fun.
It's like so he kind of adds in. It's like it's not like they're gonna just let their food escape.
I don't know, maybe they're feeling generous.
Okay. And it's like these creatures don't think, they don't feel, they don't show pain. They keep fighting till they die. These aren't things that are. It's like now would not be the time for those type of jokes.
It's always the time for those type of jokes.
It's like you'll be lucky if whoever you're after is still alive.
I won't be lucky. I know how.
Okay, so so you guys just continue marching in.
Yep.
Let's see, encounter. Nope, still nothing. So we're walking through like piles of bones. You can see like a variety of different types of animals that are dead in here. From both like large creatures and small. Like some of them are sandworms. Like the husks of sandworms half devoured. There's some humans in there. Do we recognize any of the? So we recognize some of the humans. It's like, poor civilians. These guys must have came from all over. I mean, some of them are town. Like some of them have the armor of the town guard. Some of them have civilian clothing. But you recognize, yeah, they all came from our village, from Safe Haven.
I look at the sandworms and say, I didn't know these things had meat.
Okay. It's like everything has meat out here. It's just a matter of palating it.
Even the desert spirits?
Okay. It's like, I've never caught one, so I wouldn't know.
Ask Kafupu.
Okay. It's like he's an elemental, not a spirit. He's not of the ancients. It's more of a recent generation. You wouldn't know anything about that.
Sigh.
It's like, and he kind of shakes his head. It's like, look, not everybody knows everything, alright? That's just the way the world works.
Anyway, back to tracking.
Okay. So he's looking around. It's like, doesn't look like there's anything alive around here.
But I felt something.
Okay. It's like, well, try again. Okay, so you're still trying to feel life force. You don't feel anything now.
Huh.
So I'm on guard. I'm just seeing what's like. I'm looking around. And then we hear it. The wind starts to pick up again. And so I'm looking around. It's like not a good sign.
What's with this place and wind?
So when Limus is like, get ready, be on guard. I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. Limus is not as ready. You're ready, so we'll be somewhat prepared.
200% ready.
So you hear the rustling sand and you see something massive fall out of the sand.
I immediately fire on it with the crossbow.
And it is multi-limbed and it's just, it looks ugly as hell.
Tink.
Okay, so the wind, as soon as it gets up, the wind just drops and everything just goes dead air again. So, and then it lets out like an ear-splitting cry, and then you see a bunch of these things start crawling out of the sand surrounding you.
Oh shit. Is my reaction.
So, and then Lime's just like, shit, we wandered into a trap. They must have been waiting for us to walk right into their den looking for whoever they're after. It's like, damn it, how could we have been so stupid?
Well, they are meant to be stupid animals.
It's like, yet they set a trap. I don't count that as being stupid.
Yeah, I said they're meant to be.
Oh. It's like, that doesn't mean anything right now.
Why don't we stop fighting each other and start fighting these guys?
Well, it's like, well, if you have an idea, I'd love to hear it. So he's got, like, they're all got their weapons pointed outward. And these things are making threatening moves.
Actually, I do have an idea. Sand powers activate.
Can you even do so? So you're going to try to command the sand. To do what, though?
Sort of like...
Let's see. So you can make it a killing blow.
What I want to do is, like, burst up around us. So,
Okay.
like, a bunch of them, like, fly up into the air.
Okay. So, yes, such a thing can be possible. So you think, use elemental powers, so you just command the sand to... Or you say in your mind, get back, and then these things are, like, thrown. So it's not, none of it's fatal, but it's going to push them all away. Like, what about the queen? The queen's not going to be, like, despite you pushing her lesser beings away, she's going to remain where she is. Like, these things are knocking off of the bone structures around you and hitting the bloody ground, but the queen is still right where she is.
Squirtle, charge?
That Squirtle's, like, shaking. Like, this is not a good situation for him either. He's unmanned.
Well, crap.
Oh, there's one saving grace.
Bang.
So it's like, oh hey guys, you look like you found whoever you were looking for, somewhat.
No, these are the people that probably tried to kill the people.
Well, I brought a friend, but I don't know if he's gonna be your friend. I don't know. We'll find out.
As long as he's not their friend.
Okay. So he like disappears before he even hears what you said.
Sigh.
And then do a D100. So I don't see it. You're kind of aware of it, so you hear like rumbling coming from the ground.
Huh.
And then you're like, you look towards where the rumbling is, you see one of these things, and you see one of these things burst from the ground underneath it.
Oh.
So it's got it in its mandibles, and then it like throws it, and it throws it, and then it just devours it whole.
We may be screwed.
So are they ignore? So they're ignoring you now, like now, like the queen, she's like wandering past you towards this thing, and then all of her minions are forming up around her.
Whilst she's running past, can I like jump onto her back?
D100. So you can, but Limus is gonna try and stop you. It's like, no, let them fight each other. We have our own objectives.
If if they're dead, we can.
And
do
so
our
it's like,
job.
look, what's more important, killing your enemies or saving the people that we came here to save?
Ah. Do you know where they are?
Okay. It's like, no. But if the longer we wait, the longer they have chances to die.
I do the life sense.
So you're trying to sense them again. And this time you sense it was right where the queen originally was.
Over
Like,
here.
so right here, that's where they are. Let's see, what does the menagerie look like? It's not a lot of them, so. So it's only one. Only one.
Oh god.
Is it the one you're looking for? Yes. Okay, so there's only one survivor, and she does not look very, like, she looks pretty messed up. Just barely fed, barely kept alive.
I just run over there and pick her up.
Okay, so, and is she sensible at all? She's sensible enough. It's like, what are you doing here?
Saving your goddamn life.
Okay. Like, I didn't mean that sarcastically.
Well, yeah, I just take her back to Squirtle.
Okay, so you don't even... So... and Limus shaking his head. It's like, you know, we risked so much just for one. I hope this is going to be worth it. So much just for one. So when they're fighting each other, they're totally ignoring you. So what are you going to do? I mean, just...
How's the battle looking?
So... I'm doing which side? It's leaning towards the side of the giant worm. So it's like, because he's larger, he's posturing, and they're like holding their ground. But as you look, it's like he sweeps out and he pulverized one of them with a body slam. So this one tries to go in, but he just gets flat turned into paste by the worm's bulk.
Yeah, he seems to be handling himself.
So the desert fox comes back and it's like, I would leave if I were you. Once that thing is done with these things, it's going to claim this den as its own. You don't want to be around when it does.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so it's like, farewell, friends. I hope we'll see each other again someday.
Yes.
So
You have
and then he like just disappears. So we're just all going to beeline out of there.
Pretty much.
Okay, so any hindrance? No, none. So they're all engaged. The queen is engaged with the ravenous, and there's a good chance that the ravenous is going to win.
Yeah, while we're galloping.
No complaints. I'm just getting the hell out of there.
Yeah. While we're sort of galloping away, I'm pretty much just hugging her.
So okay, and you hear like a massive scream coming from the back as like do a D100. Do you look back?
Nope.
No, you don't look back. So Limus looks back, and what he sees, does he relate to? Yeah, he'll explain it to you, which is like this thing it went full ham. It just leapt out of the sand and went straight for the mother, and just devoured it. Like it got its head in its mandibles, and then it tore its head from its body.
Huh.
Yeah. So.
And
Then it's like it's turning towards you, and Limus is saying, "Go faster," because it's turning towards you and it's screeching.
We're running away.
Please don't kill us. Will you be able to make it out before it attacks? Yes. So like we pretty much double time at that point. The mood is better. You saved at least one, and now you know what the threat is. At least you can content yourself with, all right, the threat is gone. Whatever those things were are dead, even though it was killed by another evil. And we're at least roll encounter. Do we encounter anything else along the way? Random, roll a d2. Let's see what. Oh, friendly. Okay, so So you see one of these, like, do a D100. Let's see who sees it. Let's see. So I'm aware, you're aware, Limus, he's aware. So you guys, like, reach the edge of the desert, and that's when you see something rising out of the sand. Kind of out of cover.
I'm aware,
It
but
kind
I'm
of pokes
more
its head out of the
focused-
sand. It's not really rising out of the sand.
I'm more focused on tending to her wounds than anything else.
Well, you're aware of it, yeah, so... you've stabilized her, definitely, and definitely she's more nourished than she was by those monsters.
Yeah, I give her one of my rations.
She's relatively unscathed because those things like to keep you alive before they eat you. They don't try to damage you. They want their meal whole. So it was lucky that you got her out when you did. Unlucky for whoever else was there. I mean, like, so she's a little bit broken. It's like, we lost 20, maybe more. Am I really all that's left?
I'm sort of just hugging her now.
Okay. It's like, and like she's breaking down. It's like 20. I'm the only one left.
Shh.
Okay, so. And so like, and Limus is like, so, what do you want? And so this Earth Dragon's intentions, he's not trying to hurt us. He's not saying anything either. So he's just kind of outside. He's looking at us. So what do we do? I mean, like,
Still hugging her, I sort of turn up and say, "Hello."
okay. It's like, it turns its head to regard each of us in turn, but then it's not saying anything.
You evil, trying to kill us or anything?
So like, it's not saying anything. It's not bothering to answer you. It's not bothering to gesture to you. Nothing.
I'll take that as an optimistic no.
Yeah. So, but he does start to like trundle forward, like out of the sand. He like shakes the sand off him, and then he starts going forward.
I think at about this point.
So his head is lined up with the rest of you. So like, although you're on, like, it's tall enough where you're on level with its head.
Huh. Hello, I'm Annabelle.
And so it looks at you, and it's like, I know who you are.
That's new.
So it's so he starts speaking in Draconic. Do you understand what he's saying, though? So
Yep.
you understand a little bit, which is like he's saying, Kafopu sent me to gauge your spirit.
Kafopu. Ah,
So
nice guy.
and so he's still speaking in Draconic, though. So you have to keep D100ing to see if you understand what he's saying. So second time you kind of just get gibberish. Then he's still trying to get his message across, and you still have to keep trying to understand. So like second, it's pretty much comes down to, he sent him as a judge that Kafopu had contact with him, and he said, follow him and see what she does.
Oh.
So
Okay.
he's still speaking in Draconic. He doesn't really know Common. Okay, so you're just getting some of it. So what type of picture are you painting?
Kafopu sent him to sort of watch me and see if I'm, I don't know, good-hearted or something.
And so like he starts speaking in Common. It's like, he sent me to watch, to see if legend was real.
Oh.
And so like he's got like a weird grin because he's got mostly fangs. Just he doesn't even really have teeth that much. As you see, he's got weird incisors. So he does a smile. It's like his choice was correct. And so he just kind of turns around and starts going back into the sand.
Keep on saying I don't like prophecies.
And so, like, you hear him say, like, you don't see him talking, but you hear him say, no one likes prophecies. But prophecies remain. So, and like, he's pretty much gone now. It's like, and then Limus just turns to you, it's like, you speak Draconic?
Here and there.
Okay.
You pick it up when you're around dragons as much as I am.
I think it is because of the amount of dragons that we live with in Safe Haven.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, with all the Draconic being thrown around, I've learned a thing or two as well. Anyway, we should probably get going back. So, and you're on your way back.
I'm on the way.
Any more encounters on the way? Of course. We don't even move, and there's another friendly encounter.
Just the same dragon. It's like
No.
pops out of the sand again.
No, it's not. It's Fox Spirit again. And it's like, oh, so you really are who they say they are. Surprising. I guess helping you was a good idea then.
Well, helping strangers is
And he's in a relaxed pose. He's got his paws behind his head, and he's just kind of swimming, like doggy paddling with his legs through the air in a circle. Well, it's like, you know, for a second there, I thought I was helping the wrong people, but I guess you are some sort of chosen one. The elements keep saying you are.
Yeah, I still don't fully believe them.
It's like, well, nobody feels that way. I mean, it's not every day you get chosen to be some sort of savior of the world, now is it?
Happens more than you think.
It's like, oh, you'll get used to it. I mean, the fact that you can even see me is down to your heritage.
So everyone else just thinks I'm talking to air?
Yes. So he's like swimming through the air. Well, except for maybe those two. And he's pointing at Limus and Whereat. You see, that one, he's pointing at Whereat. You see, that one can detect nature. So he can kind of get a feeling of where I am. And him, he's in tune with the wild.
Oh.
But they don't see you as well as I do. Or you do to me.
Huh.
And it's like, you want to know a secret?
Sounds a bit creepy, but okay.
That you didn't think that there's just light within your soul, right? There's also great darkness there. Where do you think you get your powers from? If I had to guess, they told you it was. So he's still like swimming around in circles. If I had to guess, they told you that it came from ancient heroes, right? That's what they told you?
Something like that. I wasn't really paying attention.
It's like, where do you think the ancient heroes got their power from now? Did you ask those questions? Judging from your silence, I don't think you did.
As I said, I wasn't really paying attention.
Well, I'm going to just spell it out. Hey, there's all this talk of the Dormant One. I know who it is. I know who the Dormant One is. And I sense the same power within you. So, which leads me to believe that you did what the ancients did as well. Or it was done to you. You don't contain just great light. In fact, it's actually great darkness.
Huh.
It's like, what I'm trying to say is, in the end, you have a connection to the Dormant One. You have his power within you. How do you think you can command the elements? Because he could as well. It's like, does that upset you? That you have a link that not only are you supposed to save the land, you are linked to the greatest evil this world has ever known?
Well, that lets me understand why they didn't kill him.
Okay. It's like, yes, to kill you is to kill a part of himself. And why do you think you need to die?
Sigh.
It's like, I see it's all starting to make sense now. I know it's a horrible fact, but somebody had to tell you. I mean, you couldn't just go around making this sacrifice willy-nilly without really knowing what's happening, now could you?
I already knew that I'd probably have to die.
It's like, good, good. Now let's just hope that your companion will understand that.
Let's hope.
So he's spinning around. It's like that's the problem, you see. Is you want to love, you want to live life, you don't want to do this, you want to have a family, you want to have kids, you want to die. But in the end, that's those options are close to you.
I tried having family. They end up just growing old and dying.
So yes, as is your problem. So do you think this is going to be any different? She will grow old and she will die, just like all the others.
But at least she'll be happy.
It's like, yes, I guess that is true. And so he goes to the center and he just spins in a circle. Well, I've held you up long enough. I guess you're gonna need your rest. You have a long path to walk.
See ya.
Okay, so any more encounters? Yes, random D2. It'll be near the end. More friendlies. How many friendly faces are going to meet on this road?
Just
Well,
Grimmaul
apparently.
out of the blue.
Say what?
Just Grimmaul out of the blue. Which way was that cave again?
Actually, yes, that is who we're going to meet on once we get there. So we're going to come up to the desiccated corpses, the ones we totally messed up. Where is Grimmaul, anyway? Oh, well, he's not on the map, no, I have to
On your left
add
side.
him.
So.
What is Grimmaul? So Grimmaul's going over the bodies that we left behind. I mean, it was only a few hours ago. So the bodies haven't moved. So you see, Grimmaul, like, do you even care that he's there?
Apparently so.
Yeah. It's like, oi, you've been so... He, like, looks up and it's like, oi, so you've had hell? So you found who you were looking for? Me, I'm just checking out these creatures.
Well, notify us if you find anything interesting.
It's like, I haven't found anything interesting yet besides a lot of blood, guts, and internal organs.
Thank where at for that.
It's like, nah, it wasn't the blunt impact. It's just these things aren't exactly complicated.
Oh, okay. It's just,
It's just
some of them are
basically just a mouth and a stomach. That's all this thing is. With legs.
How does that come to be?
Notice what?
How does that come to be?
It's like, you're talking to me like I know. I just open it up and see what's inside. Biology is not my strong suit.
Well, if you've got anything flammable on you, try to make sure to burn them.
It's like, yeah, I'll do such a thing. Just, like, so, who's your lady friend? So he's got his hunting knife out and he's like carving up bodies as he's talking to you.
Ex-roommate.
It's like, yes, heard the stories. I heard you also did some things with each other, but I take it that's just rumor.
I just sort of squint at him, just like, the fuck? I don't
Like,
have to
hey,
say
not
it
my
right, but that's the
words,
look I'm
just the
giving.
guards around are speaking. I'm just listening, alright? Not trying to offend. Just telling you the report.
I squint at the guards.
Okay. So, like, the guards are like, we may have said a thing or two. And so, like, one of the females is like, what? You share the same room. It's kind of hard to not assume things are happening.
And you don't share the same room with someone else?
It's like, no, you were a rare case.
Huh. You really must
It's
have...
like, alright, don't hold it against them. I mean, although it's their rumor. What's done is done, the truth is out. You're not sleeping with your roommate, so get on with it.
Ex-roommate, currently.
Yeah, and then he kind of laughs a little bit. It's like, oh, how long is that gonna last, eh? You didn't just go into the desert to save someone just because you thought of doing a good deed.
Done it before.
Eh? I have my doubts. You wouldn't risk so much walking into one of those sandwalker dens without some really driving cause behind it.
I could repeat myself, but that would be a little redundant.
It's like, all right, get out of my face. So it's you're distracting me.
See you then.
Okay, so Grimal's dissecting the bodies. You're gonna move to town. I'm gonna leave you on this map, and we're gonna go back to Sains. So back to Sains. You're being led by the blue dragons. These ones to the water. Actually, they didn't even tell you what they were yet. You haven't asked.
There's blue dragons everywhere.
Yeah, but you know, like from what you see, they're blue and they're dragons. That's as much as you know. So roll encounter. Okay, encounter chance. End of the
It's
line.
the hunger again.
Enemies. So they're gonna lead you through the cave network. And he's talking all the while. It's like, well, it's a pretty interesting place to live, I would say. You know, you got the occasional undead, you got the ravenous sea creature, all types of other crazy things. And you're walking like very narrow paths that they're sure-footed on, but I mean, like if you take one misstep for you, you'd like fall a couple thousand feet.
No.
So, and that's slowly descending deeper and deeper until you get to a point where you're near like the water. You're near the floor, which has water on it and caves. It's like, definitely stay behind us. It's real easy to get lost down here. You don't want to get lost in these parts. Not with all the things that could be lying in wait.
It's really bad to get lost around here.
Also's
Wait,
like she's cocking her head left and right. Like she's on your back and she's cocking her head left and right. Like you can tell she's frightened.
Do I notice that?
Do 100. Oh.
Apparently
No,
not.
you're focused on the task at hand, which is leading forward. So and like she's really alert, like she's trying not to get ambushed or anything. But that doesn't help you from what happens. So you guys are prepared enough? Yeah. So it's like they immediately stop. Like one of them holds up a hand and he does a quick motion to get into the shadows. So also doesn't see it. What about you guys? Oh, what about you? So you don't see it either. So like they're gone. And then they call out, "Oh!" He's like, "Idiots, get in the cover."
Into cover then.
So you guys get in the cover. And you hear it. You hear a lot of feet on stone. Like, it definitely sounds like marching. A lot of marching. What you see is a bunch of these. I think you fought these only a couple times. Like, I think only one other time.
I think I have fought them.
We've
Okay.
seen them twice before.
Yeah, you've seen
and
them.
I've only fought them once before.
Well, actually, no, Sains has never seen them because he had to watch Kruv get captured by black dragons. Okay, so you see a phalanx of these things start marching by. They have their shields out, and they're like marching in a line. And so he's whispering, it's like, all right, listen up. They can't hear us, and if we stay in the shadows, they can't see us. So don't make any sudden movements or noises, and just let them pass. So do you agree with that, or are you going to try to kill
I'm
them?
just gonna stay
Yeah,
silent.
so they're
and
marching. They have no idea you're there, so they just keep marching.
Some of them trip and fall off the cliff.
And then they just go. It's like, well, we got to worry about that type of stuff down here. I mean, there's more and more undead patrols running around this area. I don't know where they're all coming from. You got any ideas? It's never been like this before. I mean, it's hard enough living in this zone, and then we got these things crawling out of the woodworks.
Well,
Alright, well, we gotta keep moving. I do hope they didn't find the camp yet. So, encounter! Encounter,
of course.
right in front of you, friendlies.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, so... Let's see, is it a... It is a combat situation.
Oh, great.
So, let's see. Let me get back to Oceanic. So there's a couple blue drake, like you see a couple of them, they round a corner and they're running for it and there's something chasing them. What is chasing them?
The Elder God.
No. You see you see someone slowly walking out of the shadows towards them. Like they have their swords out and they're ready to fight, and then there's a black dragon kind of walking towards them. He doesn't look like he's hurt. They look like they've been slashed up though. Let's see, are they? So they're not harmed, but they look like they've taken a couple blows. So and it's he's like we can't help them. That's a black dragon out there. There's no way we can take him.
Oh. I've killed one before.
So he's looking back at it's like, yeah, and I've seen a lot of other things. Now, if you know what's good for you, you gotta stay down and you're not gonna get involved. They got caught, that's their fate.
Very Darwinian, aren't they?
Okay. So like this thread, so let's see, do you have time to intervene? You have time to intervene, so you can choose to stay in cover or you can choose to jump out and try and stop him. Because he's definitely got murder and the Black Dragon definitely has murder as his intent. And these guys are back to a wall, there's nowhere there for them to run.
And I see if there are more black dragons.
Say what?
And I see if there are maybe more black dragons.
D100. So no,
Apparently not.
this is the only one you see.
Hmm.
So what do you do?
I'm gonna stay in cover.
Okay, so you're just gonna let them die.
Actually,
Also is not gonna do that. Like she immediately doesn't. She isn't listening to orders. She's just gonna go straight for the attack.
I just
So it's not a surprise because she's gonna leap out really fast. So he's gonna have defense chances, which include critical. So whatever blow she's going to do, so she does it in haste. She goes up straight for the attack, but he like turns it aside. It's counter blow? No counter blow. So like she's like in the course. She's like on her. And so like the blue dragon's like, what the hell is she doing?
now that I think of it, I'm just gonna take out my bow and shoot an arrow at it.
Okay, so.
Can't miss, so.
Oh yeah,
My
you're
thing is
focused
still
for 3 more
Or-
turns.
Yeah,
So you're still
That's
in
an
focus
insta-kill.
mode, so you can shoot an arrow, and that's a hit.
that's an insta-kill.
So that's an insta-kill. So like also like she's got a wide grin, and then she just ducks, and the arrow comes right out from behind her. And then that catches him like right in the head. Like he said, like, you pretty much catch him in the snout, and it goes through his snout and out the other side. And then he just topples over. And so like also just kind of gives a wave. And so like these guys are all breaking cover. Like these guys are back to a wall. They're incredulous. They're back to a wall, and they're looking at the black dragon. It's like, how'd you do that? Never seen anything like that.
At that point, I remove my helmet.
Okay, so And it's like, and then like they're like backing up. It's like, wait, that's impossible. You're Blue Dragon. Wait, what? It's
Well,
like, who are you? Who really are you?
at least one of you guys will give me a name, then I'll give you mine. That's the only.
And it's
thing I
like,
want.
so like one of them brushes past, and it's like, see, what is his name? So I'm gonna put his name on his characters thing. And so like he's got a deeper voice, and you can tell he's more grizzled. Like, let's see, does he have? Oh, okay, great. Little 20's lagging out.
Oh,
Okay,
great.
so like one of his eyes, you can see it's kind of like it's got a slash over it, but he could still see out of it. And then like his jaw's got a nasty scar where it looks like he got a nasty blade slash that went to the teeth. So some of his jaw is missing, or some of his mouth is missing, so you can see teeth going through it. It's like, my name's Aubrey. I guess you can call me the leader of this run of misfits. So who are you again?
My name's Saints.
Okay. It's like, so we've heard. At least that's what they keep telling us. So he's pointing at the Black Dragon. It's like, turns out they're looking for someone like you. I don't know quite for what, something about a bounty.
Yeah, the Black Dragons put a bounty on my head because I could be a hybrid.
Okay.
But
I
I'm
look
not.
like a hybrid. That's the strange thing. They keep muttering about different description. Some other thing. They're searching for something, but I mean, I don't know if you're him, but doesn't look like whoever they are, they know what they're looking for. They're just doing violence just to do violence, apparently.
Well, that's what I know Black Dragons for, so. That one said.
So you're really him, aren't you? You're the one they're after.
Yes.
It's like, good. Then we're on the same side. This way. So he's like, so after some tense moments with you talking to him and just saying that, then finally admitting that you're who they say, we're friends, so walk this way.
We're gonna be cautious.
Okay. Counters? Yes. So there's an encounter, which means...
Friendly.
No, I rolled a dice earlier, sorry, so... I forgot to press the button instead. So you're going to meet the friendlies midway through the zone. So you're going to be going all the way to like the edge, where it starts to go into the mountains. So are you going to take the body with you, or try and hide the body so that it's not so obvious that you just killed the Black Dragon?
I'm gonna research it.
Okay, well,
Then hide it.
so you're going to research it, still nothing. So you're not the best researcher.
Well.
Also, it doesn't want to hide it. It's like, so it's up to you, D100. So no, it's just you're just leaving it. It's like no time. We got to get to where we're going. And plus, it's they're black dragons hunting it. Even if you tried to hide it, there's a good chance they'll find where you hid it.
True.
So when you're there, like this is not a small settlement. There's quite a few. Like what's at the front, if it would deploy,
Well,
is like there are 4 of the water drake defenders at the front. Okay, so you're right there. Aubrey's right there. And so like they're all on guard immediately. Like, halt, Aubrey, who did you bring back? You know our policy about outsiders. So it's like, relax. He's a friend. He's the one that the Black Dragons are looking for. Maybe he can help us. So, and it says like, you there. So you're Sains.
yes.
It's like, how do you know he's not tricking you? And it's like, and then Aubrey just looks at him. It's like, really? would you really think I would trick you at a time like this? So it's like, alright, you don't have to snap. Alright, head on in. So, and like, they go to attention, and I guess he waves you guys in. And you can see that like there's a few of them in there, mostly male. There's not that many, if any, is there any females among them. So, some are female, but a majority of them are male. So you guys wander in. It's like, welcome to our little camp. Sorry we couldn't really accommodate you much. I mean, we weren't expecting visitors after all.
I didn't expect to find anything alive out here, so...
So yeah, we make it a habit not to be found. So, why are you here to begin with?
I was sent on a recon mission.
Okay. So like if I had to guess from that village somewhere in the Luscious Sands, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so they must be real desperate if they're sending scouts out. I mean, normally they don't do that unless things are getting real hairy. So what's happening out there?
We're losing numbers.
Okay.
Fast.
So that's nothing different. I mean, what else besides that?
There is an army rising to...
So,
like, a lot of undead.
it's like, that's something that's not that new either.
That's most of what I know, at least. Oh.
Okay. So, people are dying faster and a random army is raising. That's not a very good recon report.
An undead army is raising.
Okay. Like, well, you need to speak up, lad, about the fact that it's related to the undead, now don't we?
Sorry.
It's like, anyway. So, yes, we're aware of the undead problem, but I mean, is there something else besides that? We've been having encounters here in the sunken ruins, catacombs, whatever you want to call this. It's like, currently this place is just a wet hell pit. I don't know why anything would be here.
Well, the one you guys had encountered, or one of you has encountered at least, that there were only 20-1 odds of undead around this part of the region.
So he looks at you, it's like, come on, running that by me again.
The one that was here, or...
It's like, oh, you're talking about that weird hunter person.
Yeah, the bounty hunter.
Well, I don't know what he's thinking. It doesn't look like there's 20-1 odds around this area. Maybe a few patrols. I think what you're talking about is more to the north. Yes, we've been observing we've been going a little bit further than the catacombs. To the north, yes, there's legions of undead up there. We try and stay clear of that area.
Encountered those.
I have a bad feeling that they are going to march this way and they're going to sweep all the catacombs. We might not be safe here. In the end.
If you really think you're not safe here, then you should probably come to the village.
It's like, yeah, we were thinking of emigrating. I guess now we have a contact. That's so he slaps you on the shoulder. It's like, I guess now we have a chance to get in and not get rejected this time.
Do you guys have any blacksmiths?
It's like, not that I'm aware of. So he calls out, it's like, oh, any of you a blacksmith? And so one person steps forward. Two people step forward. Let's see, is that it? Yeah, so two people step forward. It's like, alright, you and you, what do you do? So one of them is a civilian smith. His specialty is just tool crafting. And the other one, roll a d3. Let's see his level of skill.
Oh, that's...
Let's see what we get. So he is considered a journeyman, so he's like in the middle ground. Let's see, weapons or armor. He is a weaponsmith. So we have a civilian smith for tools, so both of them would end up in Epoch's shop. One for tools, one for weapons. So it's like, so I take it you guys are in need of some work then, if you're asking for specific roles.
We have too less blacksmiths.
Yeah. It's like, so I take it that the other recon reports were true. The town's becoming overcrowded. That even the people, the elves and the orcs from the north are coming into your town.
They are already there.
Okay.
Because,
So,
well, their homes
I
were
didn't
destroyed
believe
by
that
the
it would
dead.
happen, that we'd be driven from our own lands, but I guess the time has come. So, like, he calls out, "You lot, get ready to move!" Then you could tell, like, they're a little reluctant that he gave the order, but, I mean, he's starting to walk out, and he's beckoning for you to follow. It's like, you know...
She's still piggybacking me, right?
Yeah, of course. Because, like, but, like, she's not as scared as before, but, you know, you can tell she doesn't like caves. Or being, like, enclosed, anyway. It's like, I knew this was going to happen during my leadership. And eventually, our little belay was going to end up endangered, and we just have to leave.
Well,
It's like we are not a warrior
made...
people. I mean, our people
well.
are... We're a dying race, man. Just slowly getting killed off. As you can see, and he's pointing, it's like, we have a lack of females, and our genetics are a little bit messed up. So...
Well, at least you didn't make the decision to stay here, even though you knew you would die.
So it's like, it's not like we have a choice. It's either stay here and die or have a chance of survival. And that's not assuming that we can get there unharmed. I think this many people moving might attract eyes that are a little bit more dangerous.
Well, at least you haven't made the same mistake as sort of the same mistake as the other blue dragons I've met.
So I'll take it that the western blue dragons were that stubborn.
Yeah, they wanted to stay there.
It's like, right.
So
They're a
they
stubborn
were
lot.
with a
They'll
few.
die to the last on their land. I mean, what good is land without people? I mean, but that's their problem. It's like, did you at least try to convince them to come back?
Yeah, but I also got their reasoning why they didn't come back. So
So what was their what bullshit reason did they give you?
they didn't want the land to be more corrupted than it already was.
It's like he just laughs aloud. It's like more corrupted, like they can really stop it alone. See, this is the arrogance that we've had to deal with the relations with them. I mean, we've gotten along mostly because we're mostly male in genetics and they're female, so it makes sense. But I mean, Jesus, sometimes the arrogance of the...
I should warn you, try not to make a scene. There are two that came with me back to the village.
It's like, we're not going to make a scene. I mean, we're abandoning our homes. This is our only option. We're going to be on our best behavior. I have no fear of that.
No, I'm just saying, like, there are two of those dragons.
Yeah, it's like he's not even listening to that part. He's more of focusing on everything else. So one of his guys comes up. One of his guys runs up and says, "We're ready to go. All the people are packed and ready." It's like, so he nods, and then they go all back, and they all just start moving into formation. It's like, you know, I've been prepping for this move for a long time. I just haven't been able to have a reason for us to go anywhere. Glad to see that preparation just wasn't a load of hogwash.
I'm just glad I found some people alive in here.
Okay. It's like, well, there's people alive in here. Some of it you wish they weren't alive, though. So,
yeah.
And no encounter. Okay, so let's roll it. Counter, right in front of you. Enemy. So, no encounter, but as soon as you turn and walk out, or as soon as you turn to try to walk out, you get to encounter your favorite playthings.
More black dragons.
More of these.
What? No, are those? Oh.
So how
That's never
many?
good.
8. So and like the one in front is like crouched and it's like, I'm afraid you're not going anywhere. It's like, how nice of you to lead us right to the Blue Dragons. We've been tracking you all since you've left Safe Haven. So Abry's looking at you, it's like, did you know you were being followed by these things?
I knew I was being followed, but I didn't know it were these guys and not the Black Dragons.
Like, and then he just
Or not
pulls
only
he
the
smoothly
Black
pulls out
Dragons.
his sword and puts it in front of us, like, right. And so like the defenders march up forward, the civilians are gonna back up a little bit.
Get out your anti-werewolf spray!
So they're ready to fight. See, and they go in for the attack, so like with that preamble, since it's like, it's been a long hunt and they're going straight for the attack. So they all do. Let's see, what do they do? Oh man, not this again. Jeez, damn, it didn't save the. Because once again, it did not save the new avatar settings I set up.
Oh, great.
So I have to reset it. Alright, so there we go. So I gotta reset all the wolves. Six, 7, 8, 9, and then that's all of them. So they're all gonna go for leaps. And they all miss, plus counterattack. So we can do some counter damage.
Does some of them just run into the walls?
No, counter damage is in they're charging at us and then we just slash back. Because we braced for their charge.
That would have been funny.
Because, I mean, we're experienced adventurers. Well, some of you experienced adventurers. Abry's definitely, he earned his position for being competent, not for being incompetent. And the defenders are supposed to defend their people all the time, so they're seasoned fighters. They're not just amateurs. So they do no damage, but then we have counterattack chance, which is, let's see, what can we go for? Probably shield bash them. So it doesn't do damage.
No damage. Does damage.
No, wait, we take the superior of the two. No, it doesn't. So it does impact, but what's their armor type for this scenario? None.
None. And heavy armor. Under armor.
So yeah, it's just
Great.
but it for the main armor it only does 58. So 1. So minus. So they're leaping, they're scrabbling at the shields. And then these guys just do shield bashes to knock them away. Okay, so what do you do?
Does this work?
What does what work? So Aubrey, he took the charge and he's going to do counter damage. He's going to go for a stab. Okay, this is bad. Again. Okay, so stab and then he goes for slash. He misses the slash, so...
I'm gonna try to have one explode.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna try to do reckless use of magic again.
Well,
it didn't work anyway, so...
I
That's
can
only
try
get one action for a counterattack, and then you have the 2 actions. So you're really just reckless use of magic. Just try not to get a crit 1, because that means something bad happens to you.
Does that mean he gets like an overload? Or
Yeah, he
something?
might get you have to roll overload if you get a crit 1.
No, I was just trying that for the counter, but not for the rest of the battle.
Okay.
So
alright, well, what are you gonna do now?
shoot one of the werewolves. Well,
Nope.
not killing.
Yeah,
at
D100
least.
is not the most effective way to kill things, just so you know.
Well, it's not killing. It's harming, but not killing.
Yeah, but again, it's like D100 is not the best way to fight. There are other ways to fight. But
No, man.
yeah, like it doesn't always work, and half the time it's like you either roll big or you don't roll very well at all. So she's gonna rush in to use Dark Blades, no damage impact wise, but it does dark damage. But they're
It
considered.
misses.
Well, hold on, let me roll a d6. Because it does double except everything but holy. But okay, so they're resistant to dark damage. Great.
They both missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both missed anyway. So she's trying to slash at dark damage, but it doesn't do anything anyway.
I'm taking out rounds of arrows.
Okay.
I used all of them.
Okay, so you used all your arrows, and now you're down to your other 9.
I still have 3 more rounds, so
Okay, we'll keep going. I mean, just get on with it.
well,
So you missed again. Like I said, D100 not the best way to do things. So
No,
you're just
I
missing
hit-
overall.
no, I'm hitting them, but I'm not killing them.
Yeah.
Because my thing is still active. My never miss.
Yeah, you
bypass
never
defense.
miss it, but still, it's like you're not doing killing blows. So you're hitting them, but it's like their armor's pretty tough. So let's see, dismembering. Okay, so you can dismember them though. So I mean, I don't know why you didn't think of that before. So
I was saying
are
that,
you?
but oh well.
So you are dismembering them.
Yeah.
Bypass defense, so it goes beyond that. So you have to do 3d5s because none of it's fatal, so it's all crippling damage.
Oh.
Close, not quite. Okay,
Well.
so see, 5 is the right leg. So like you cut his right leg twice. You basically cut him below and then above the kneecap to cut it into 3 sections. And then you cut off one of his arms also. So you did a swift 3 slash, and then now he's pretty much disabled on the ground, bleeding out.
Legolas, what do
Yep.
your wolf eyes see?
Okay. Alright, so, and you just, oh, there you go. So, I think we'll do one more round, which is now that's their turn to attack. They're going to go for slashing, which half of them will miss, half of them will hit. They have brace, so the defenders will be able to block
All of it.
most of it, not all of it.
Well.
So 33, so
6
39,
damage
so
will
they'll
go
each
through.
take 6 damage. So they brace on shields, which is not a lot when you consider their armor. Okay, the ones in
Which
the back.
armor do they have, actually?
Hmm?
That's maybe the better question. What armor do they have, the drakes?
What armor do they have? Good question. So they brace just to block the damage. They have heavy armor, so it should be resistant to slash. So actually, let me put all that 6 back.
Heavy and medium.
So,
They have heavy and then medium.
which I think makes them invulnerable to everything they can do. I mean, like the only thing they can do now is bite them, but the bites miss. Like they're trying to bite, but the shield bash is the shields are keeping them at bay. So they're like rabid animals now. But it's a solid wall of rabid animals.
Army of rabbit animals?
And that is not the last of them either.
Oh, great.
So from the back you see larger ones, like bigger wolves. Do a D3. Okay, so there's only 1 extra, so there's 2 of the larger wolves. And they are not indom, so
That's a good
So
thing.
it's like these are bigger wolves, and they're kind of like barging they're trying to barge their way through, but they're such a pack of bodies they can't really move.
Are they like killing their friends trying to get through?
Picking them up and throwing them, not so much killing them.
Uh,
So they're picking their own up and they're like throwing them aside to get to the front. So that one's gonna claw through 3 of them.
Does it at least hurt them?
Does this at least hurt them? No, because they've been in a pack long enough to know that if the big one grabs you, you just go limp and you just go with the way it's throwing you. Or if it tries to throw you, you just get out of its way. Don't even get in its way. Because if you try to get in its way, it will try to kill you. But again, they have the same attacks as the other ones, so their slash and bite will just do nothing to they do the same attacks, but it wouldn't do any damage. Except maybe to Aubrey, who's got cloth armor for his main armor. So they're gonna this one's leaping it up. He's gonna take 24. He's got a dodge. So that is wrong because we missed an acronym there. And here I thought we were on the ball. Turns out we weren't.
well.
You forgot to put the D100
Oh.
for the effect, for the free shuffle.
And probably all the ones that
Oh wait, hold up. That's already an accuracy roll. Oh wait, no, that's not an accuracy roll. That's an effect roll. Alright, well, let's try that again. So we'll go with the one that hits, but he doesn't get the free shuffle, so he just dodges out of the way of the slash. Then he's going to try to go for a bite. And he dodges out of the way of the bite.
But he misses.
Yeah.
Huh? He doesn't miss.
The bite whiz.
Oh, the wolf? Yeah, the wolf misses, so he doesn't need to dodge. Alright, so cool. Back to us. Who's going to attack first? Are you or...
I'm going to let the water drakes attack first.
Okay, so they're going to go for spears. One of them misses. Let's see the other 2. So the rest hit. It's minus 37. They have no armor, so they don't take additional damage. They just have really tough hide.
Oh.
It's like no armor is not exactly the best thing, because that means it doesn't if they have no armor type, then that usually means it's if they have armor, it's just you have to do straight armor damage. Which it can be a hassle. So counterattack, let's see. So this is the repost attack because they were in a frenzy. So they were able to get one attack in, but the next attack's going to hit defensive wall. So they're going to go for shield bashes. They're all going to hit. Let's see, do we take the higher or the lower? We take the higher of the 2 damages, but they have defenses now, so they get 1 free defense, which means they block the shield bashes, but their defenses are worn out. Okay, then Aubrey's going to go in for a stab and a slash. Misses the stab, gets the slash in for 29. So, minus 58, because it's 2.
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah, their armor's getting weakened, but I mean, this is a heavy fight. Okay, now you're up. And they're resistant to dark blades, so she's gonna have to use Assassin Strike. Miss and miss. Okay, you're up.
Oh, that
Okay.
worked.
So this is what, your 3rd round or 4th round of your unique?
I think I'm not entirely
I think it's your 4th round. So this is your last round, and each one has to be a killing blow. So you're aiming for one of the big ones.
I'm not aiming. I'm making him explode.
Okay. Can you even use your magic in this confines? Yes, so... So
I'm
what are
making
you
him explode
focusing on? I mean,
at the same
remember,
time.
calming thoughts, calming thoughts. Or are you
Alright.
thinking anything at all? Are you in like a mantra state?
I'm more or less like, we need to get back fast.
That's not a calming thought. That's
He
just
has such
that's more
beautiful
of a
eyes.
command.
No,
Yes.
that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
He has such beautiful eyes. I wonder what would happen if they exploded.
Not like that. That's endearing. That's more sadistic.
It's calming though.
Okay. So you're thinking
Nah,
like enough, and then you just focus
Yeah.
on one of them. So one of their pack leaders, he starts to inflate, and then he starts like his muscles start to tear. Unlike the other one, he explodes in like a wet mass, where instead of just popping, his flesh tears and he slowly starts coming apart.
Hmm. Interesting.
So that's enough to like make the pack run at that point, because one of their alphas just died.
Jesus fucking!
Yeah, like they all just turn and start fleeing.
Can the disabled
So
one?
what about the alpha? No, the disabled one can't move. So the alpha's gonna stay and fight. Like he's growling at the other pack as they're cowering away, but he's gonna stay and fight.
Horses.
Let's see.
So
No, I'm
like all
just
the
gonna-
wolves are running back down. The one that one's crippled. You still have another attack.
I'm not gonna test my luck with my magic because I know how dangerous magic is, especially mine. I'm
Yep.
just gonna shoot a plain arrow.
Okay,
Oh.
you miss.
I
Is
don't
it
miss.
crippling? No. So you hit him in
I
the
don't
shoulder, but
Oh.
it doesn't do anything. He just stands there. He's
Well, does it do
enraged and he's
damage?
going into combat frenzy. So
Does it do damage though?
does it do damage? Yes. Do a D100. How
much?
much damage? It only does like to his armor. So 30%. So that's 37%. Let's do exact numbers. Which does this much to his armor.
Still, it's something.
Let's see. But he is gonna leap over Abri to get at you. So D100, do you have a chance to stop him before you try? No, you don't. So he's leaping like into you. He's gonna barrel you into the civilians. Oops.
I'm gonna get you.
So let's see, and he's got you pinned. So D100, can you stop him from trying to bite you? Yeah, okay, so no. So he's gonna go for a bite, and he does. He takes the rest of your armor off. Your armor's medium,
Shit.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can resist pierce. No, that's light armor, wrong armor. You take more damage from pierce.
But still, it does only my armor.
Does it what? Oh yeah, it
That's
doesn't.
only
It's
my
not enough
armor.
to insta kill you. It's enough to tear your armor off, though. So, and he's like, you're in his mouth. He's got you held in his mouth. So what do you do?
Go for the eyes.
D100. See if you can free a hand. No, you can't. So he's got your arms pinned. So what else can you do besides that?
I hoped it wouldn't
Okay.
come to this, but
Okay. So what's your plan? What's your plan? You could do something, or an ally's going to intervene. So if you fail on one more roll, then an ally's going to try and intervene and save you.
I really want to try this, but it's probably gonna.
The shot, just
Bite
go
me in
for
the
it. You only
ass.
have one chance, though.
Yeah, well.
I think I
Because
know what
you're pretty much stuck and you can't do anything else, so it's worth a
How
shot.
What the hell? Three rolls in a row.
Yep. Okay, well you got boned. Alright, so your ally's gonna intervene, so also just like casually walks up and lodges so you can no he can't. Because he's got you it's like he's got red glaring eyes and he's glaring right at you as you're in its mouth. And then also just comes up and lodges one of her talons straight into the center of its head. And that kills it. Like, it just flops dead to the ground with you in its mouth. So
What
she
the
just
hell?
casually just opens its jaws and like throws it aside, and it's like, you alright?
Uh, Well, it has been broken though.
So like you're getting up and your armor's all shredding from your body.
Hmm. Oh
It's
well,
like
gotta use one of these then.
you don't have to. I mean, you could just walk back. It's better to use it in extremis than to just
Hmm.
use it willy
True.
nilly. Remember
Never
what?
mind
Remember
then.
what? What? Use what?
No, never mind then.
Yeah, remember what?
Yeah.
You can't make more of those. So if you use it willy nilly, then it's just you're not gonna have it when you actually need it.
And one
Like
of
for now, there's no danger. I mean, everyone's dead.
yeah, for now. That's the point.
Okay, so save it for when it's like one of those really tough battles where you need your armor back.
Alright, so the wolf.
Okay, so
Actually, since this one is still intact, let's do this.
okay, so you're looking at the wolf. Still something. You suck at research. Just not your day for research. So it just looks like any other standard wolf. You don't see any sort of anything defining about it. That wolf is like, let's say, he's fading fast. I mean, like he's got no leg, and you cut off his. He's got hydraulic shock. He's got 2 missing limbs, and he's bleeding out from both of them. So he won't survive. So Abry's like he's leaning over him, and the wolf is like, kind of, it's almost like he's whimpering because he's dying. And it's like, so he's asking over his shoulder. So what do we do with this one? I mean, he's gonna die in a few minutes.
Can't you freeze his wounds closed?
Okay. I was like, what do I look like? It's not my specialty. I'm a water dragon, not one of those Western frost bastards.
Well, apparently I'm a combination of both.
It's like, from the smell, that's actually a lie. Okay.
How so?
Anyway, so it's like, not that I'm calling you a liar, though.
Well, that's only what I've experienced. I don't know anything about dragons though, so...
It's like, well, think quickly, because what are we going to do with them?
Ask him some questions.
Okay. It's like you're going to ask him some questions as he's bleeding out. He's not going to last a couple minutes. What questions do you expect to get out of him in minutes?
Why?
Where is she?
Okay.
Yeah, well, where's the necromancer?
So, and like it dies right there. Like you didn't even have a chance to ask the question fully before it stops moving. Like, oh, you stupid, and he's like walking past us. Oh, you stupid bastard.
Well,
And that's like, sorry about that, but you know, it's just not who we are. We're not cruelty. We're not butchers. We don't. If we have a chance to save him, we try. But never mind.
we didn't have a chance to save
It's
him.
like, no, we didn't. But we better get moving. Likely there's going to be more of those things around here.
Just gonna see if I can find something.
Okay.
Well,
So counter, enemy. Again,
get in front of us.
you didn't even walk that far. And so you hear foot marches, and it's like, oh, you've got. And so Abry's like, he's going back behind the lines. Says, oh, you've got to be kidding me. So remember that patrol from earlier? Yeah, it held you in place long enough where it's back. Okay, so and they're like marching, like they're marching in tandem. They're marching in straight beeline straight towards you, and then they just stop at the edge, like, but they're blocking your path. You have to try and fight your way out, or something else. I don't know.
Howdy there.
It's like,
Where are the
ah,
skeleton
shit. And so one of them like marches forward, and he has a helmet on, and he removes the helmet, and you see like a dead face. It's like, you led us on a merry dance, but now it's over. Surrender now, and we'll make your deaths quick. Otherwise, we'll just have to subjugate you the hard way. Make your choice. So, are you going to make a choice, or? No, yes, maybe.
I'm never gonna surrender.
Okay.
Especially not to you, filth.
It's like, do you have to antagonize the undead? I mean, they got the numerical advantage, you know? But yeah, he's got the right idea. So he like shakes his head. It's like, you living types, all the same. And so like he just he gets back in formation and he just points and they all start marching forward. This time in a more loose formation so that they can cover more ground. And they're kind of in a defensive. Let's see. They're not attacking. They're in like a defensive march. They have shields forward. Just each one covering the other one, and so and so. And it's a march of like rattling bones, metal, and all types of other sounds of the undead. No one's really said. They're not really saying anything. All you see is the horrible green glowing of their eyes, and this mass of steel and bone marching towards you. So, and Abry's like, well, if you got any bright ideas, I'd love to hear them.
How can we beat undead fast?
So what, you kidding me? That's the point. They're just here to bog us down. Even if we defeat them all, the likely more is just going to be right behind them. They know where we are now.
Probably. Yes. Let's see if I can see someone that looks like that.
So it's like, there's only one other small alternative. Okay, so what's your idea?
I was looking for a necromancer.
Okay. Is there one?
Apparently I found one.
Well, that doesn't mean much. Okay, so there is one. You can feel it more than you can see it. But it's like in the very back. You can feel that, one of them is glowing with some extra energy than the rest.
Shiny.
And then his plan was, alright, there's a side passage out that way. I need you to take the civilians that way. Me and the lads are going to hold this line.
Well, if we just take out that guy behind, then all this will be over normally.
And that's like, well, I don't have my doubts that it's going to be that easy. And he's got his sword like swinging in his hand.
Probably won't be that easy. But you can still send civilians.
Right, we'll do our best, but alright, we'll compromise. We'll do both. I still need you to take them out of here to safety. We'll try and get to him, but I don't want to risk our chances on a supposition.
Well, only I had.
This is no time to debate. Get going.
Alright, fine.
And so he's starting to lose it. It's like, don't fine, that's my people you're talking about. Don't fine with other people's lives. It's like, maybe I was wrong about you. Maybe y'all just like those Western bastards.
Well, I was only thinking that I maybe have a.
It's like, shut up and get moving! And he like shoves you in the other direction. It's like, no more words.
Where's the necromancer actually?
Okay. Let's see. He's like in the middle. So, but you've been tasked with getting the people out of there. So you're gonna disobey that?
I'm gonna tell Oso to take the people out of there, and
Okay, so you're gonna task Oso to do that. So
I'm just
you're gonna stay. Oso's gonna be the one to
try.
move.
I'm gonna go after I've tried this.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to shoot the necromancer.
Okay. You're out of. Well, you missed anyway. So.
Yeah.
So you pull out a bow and you try to hit him, but he just deflects it. Because he's got a shield, so he just brings his shield up and just pushes it away.
Well.
Okay.
Well. Let's go then.
Okay, so you guys are gonna run. Let's do an encounter. Do a D2.
But at the end.
Yeah, it's at the end. So you're gonna be able to get away pretty far, but is it gonna be more hostiles near the end?
No.
Okay, so friendly. You're gonna find more friendlies. near the
Finally.
end. Okay, so you guys pretty much run. You run. Let's see, is the Drake body still there? No, the body's gone, and there's almost no evidence that it was there to begin with. So, oh, all right. So, on here I thought they were gonna have a heroic death. So you go this far.
They've already won and caught up.
Yeah, pretty much. So they took your advice. They killed the one they were supposed to, and the rest of the undead just fell. And they even brought back some souvenirs of the undead. Like each of them carried with them some of the trophies of killing. Like they've never destroyed one of these formations before.
That's awesome.
So you gave them good advice, but again, he's So what is his opinion? So his opinion is still sour. It's like, all right. So you got lucky. So you were able to get. So like he's like, you're walking this far, and then they catch up. Where's the others? There they are. So they catch up. The civilians are happy that they're alive, but like they go back to their groups, and he beelines right for you. And it's like, all right, so you got lucky one time. Doesn't change my opinion about you. It's just my opinion about you. And so he looks you right in the eye and says, but make no mistake, I will not let you see my people as expendable.
I did not see them as expendable. That's why I was trying to say
That's like,
you should go with them. That's why I tried
it's
to
like,
take
but you wanted to kill all the undead first. You didn't care about their safety was secondary to destroying your enemies.
That's not true.
Okay.
I sent Oso.
It's like, so why did you then? Why did you decide to stay? Why did you hesitate?
I want at least to try one shot at the necromancer.
It's like then he slams you on the chest with the fist, and it's like that's just it. You wanted to try and kill your enemies before saving the people. What type of hero are you?
I'm no hero.
He's like, exactly. And he's like turning around. It's like, exactly. You're not a hero.
I'm not supposed to be.
No. He's like, he turned your so he turned your back on you. He's not even listening anymore. He's just going and leading his people onwards. So it's also it's like, well, you're not gonna make friends with everybody.
I know. Wasn't counting on making friends with them.
So encounters, none. So you're gonna make it back unscathed. So that was the end of the action.
Nice.
Okay. We did not stop that all. We actually went the full. We went the full time. We just like balls deep it and just there we are. We're done. So next session is tomorrow. So that's the end of that. So you saved the Blue Drakes. You are going to get paid full, no other bonuses. So Annabelle, so I'm going to roll. Do you want it to roll separate tasks in, or do you want the same one? Okay, so hey, guess what? You get separate ones anyway. So one of them is now the distances have changed, so they're both considered short adventures. So because that's not that far, you're only going one zone. When you get to 2 zones or more, that's when it's a long adventure. Okay, so Annabelle, free level, 200 favor. Would you like 2 free levels though? Because that's an item.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so 2 levels, 200 favor as your reward. Sanes, you only got the 1 free level, but you got double the reward. You got 400 favor.
Wait, wouldn't I have gotten a full favor bar?
Yeah, but this is the extra plus the mission, so this is 1,000 plus the extra. Annabelle, you weren't doing it for pay. You were doing it to save someone.
Oh.
Not quite. You get, after all this time, you'd make that mistake. Okay. And then plus 1,000, because you have
Well.
Okay, so you have 1,500. So are you going to spend it all on levels? Or are you going to save some?
I get a free level up also, right?
No,
Or-
you did not roll to get a free level up. You got below 50, so you
Alright.
do not get a free level up.
No,
You just get
because
double the
said you
favor.
No, just because you said you get a free level up.
Yeah, that's the item.
Oh yeah,
Or you
so-
could use it for something else. I mean, that's what the item's for. So do you want the free level, or do you want to...
No, level 16 it is. So minus 1,500 favor.
So minus all your favor? You're going to be broke. You are broke.
I still have a little.
Yeah, okay, so I get 200 favor and a free level up also, so awesome.
Oh.
Okay, so...
Do that, and then...
And there we have it.